For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Philippine News Canada is brought to you by Rayford Media Group.
Hello mga kabayan! Narito na ang pinalawak at minalakas na coverage ng Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver Nationwide. Mga pangunahing balitang nakalap ng aming news team para sa linggong ito. Nagbabalita ako mula dito sa Surrey. Ako po si Rosette Correa at ito ang Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver.
Scams and fraud tinalakay ng Abot Kamay online series.
Sammy Jo mentioned, ito po ay isang, misinformation crisis din. So that's why we are focusing today on examples of scams, fraud, and fake news na siguro nakita natin sa community. So we'll basically have this into three examples, yung sa Serb scam and yung some COVID-19 cure myths / claims and viral videos on social media, and kahit walang pandemic, again we see this all of the time.
Tinalakay ng Abot Kamay online series ng Migrante BC ang iba't ibang scams sa panahon ng COVID-19 na nagsasamantala sa mga mamamayan, lalong-lalo na sa mga migrant workers tungkol sa pandemya. Hosted by Sammy Joy Rambawa ng Tulayan at si Alexine Sanchez ng Tagalog Team Leads for C19 Response Coalition. Ayon sa kanila, isa sa mga scams na pinalalabas ng mga nandoloko sa pandemya ay ang mga nangangako na mabibigyan ng malaking pera ang mga tao kung ibibigay nila ang kanilang mga personal banking information at ilan pang mga impormasyon na hindi dapat ipinamamahagi sa iba. Binalaan ng dalawa na may ilan ring mga scam na dinadaan sa email ang pangako na makakakuha sila ng malaking pera. Kasama rin sa scam ang mga vaccinations na hindi opisyal na galing sa Health Canada.
Mga hindi naman nakakapagtrabaho. Again, as a government representatives for this particular riding, si Mabel Elmore and Don Davis, nalaman din po nila itong insidente na ito at obviously nag-iingat, naglabas sila ng statement na dapat mag-ingat din tayong mga residente dito sa Canada dahil maraming nagsasamantala sa panahon ng pandemya. So, another report, so yung Balitang Amerika po, nag-report din sila, and on their website there is a video about, this incident. Tapos, merong mga quotes, yung mga tao, and they said that a certain Joanne, so meron daw pong Joanne na nagsabi na, or nag-alok na pwedeng tumulong sa kanila by helping them to get almost $8,000. Pero may catch po. Si Joanne, sa bawat $1,000 na makukuha yung tutulungan niya, kuha daw po siya ng $100, siguro parang service fee po. So, minsan po, yung mga ganitong insidente nakikita natin, and one of the things that we can, learn from this is that minsan naiengganyo tayo or na-invite tayo or na-influensyahan tayo ng ating mga kaibigan or friend of a friend to do some things dahil ni-recommend. So dapat po sa panahon ng pandemic, mag-exercise tayo ng mas, intense, careful analysis kung ano po yung mga naririnig natin dahil nakaka-jeopardize ito or bibigay ng danger sa ating personal information. And again, makaka-apekto talaga sa buhay natin. So dapat po dapat po mas mag-ingat tayo dun sa mga easy money schemes katulad po nitong nangyari sa Serb scam na ito. So meron din pong mga ibang scam na fraud modus operandi na nakikita. So according to Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, as you can see on the right side of the screen, meron pong mga reported na scam like na kumakalat din sa email. So apparently meron din pong email na nagsabi na, if you click on the link, makakakuha ka ng information or content about COVID-19 vaccine. Pero at the end, or the other side of it, malware siya or virus. So what happens is that it freezes your computer, hindi mo siya magagalaw, tapos may maglalabas na siguro message or na parang tatawag ka daw sa toll-free number, tapos kailangan mo magpadala ng money para unfreeze yung account. This is, what we call talagang online, cyber security concern na talaga siya. And there are also some instances where phone calls, tumatawag tapos nag-offer ng mga vaccination kits. Pero the catch is that you only get it from, after paying a huge amount of money. So, let us know in the comments, if your family or friend have heard or come across of these scams. Kasi po, we never know, maybe this has also penetrated in our Filipino community here in BC, right? Kailangan din po natin mag-ingat din sa mga taong nag-claim na representative ng gobyerno, ng healthcare authority tulad ng PHSA o kaya po ng Fraser Health, yung ganun, Interior Health or VCH, or kahit po researcher, right? At saka po yung mga requests or offers from organizations na minsan hindi naman talaga natin alam, right? Pero we also have to be mindful na minsan yung mga calls or emails or parang surveys using Facebook ads, ginagamit po talaga ito ng legitimate representatives from government and, from the academe. Pero kailangan lang po natin talagang maging makilates, right? So, do extra research whenever you come across stuff like this and never give out passwords, personal information, right? And, even pay money for it. So again, kailangan po natin gawin, mag-ingat tayo lalo na dun sa mga instances na may sinasabi na may discount daw po kapag bibili ng marami, right? Or say like on the left side here, we can see that may bulk may kailangan natin mag-ingat sa mga bulk discounted items na are being resold for profit, right? And maybe during this pandemic, you've seen it with the whole mask thing kasi nga po, di ba, tumaas yung mga presyo at the start of the pandemic, right? We have to be mindful then of unauthorized and fake charities. And, the sale or pagbebenta ng COVID-19 cures, right? Yung mga herbal remedies, vaccination, or faster testing. And we should not believe yung silver bullet or yung quick fix in solving a pandemic. Dapat po natin intindihin na ang COVID-19 pandemic, hindi siya magiging parang hindi po madali ang solusyon dito. So kapag po may nag-claim na pag nagpabakuna ka or kapag you do testing this much times, matatapos na yung pandemic agad, no, that's most likely fake and scam. So again, this is just a wrap up of what I've previously mentioned. There are 3 things for us to protect ourselves from scams, right? First, kailangan natin i-confirm kung sino yung tumatawag sa inyo or nakikip yung nag-email sa inyo, right? So, the thing about scammers is that they ask you a lot of questions, right? So, minsan being straightforward with them by asking them who they are, what they are from, being more as inquisitive as they are, minsan po it actually sways them off. So, kailangan po maging straightforward tayo dahil kumukuha sila ng information sa atin. And in that way, malalaman natin, magkakaroon tayo ng awareness if it's a legitimate representative or not. Pangalawa, wag po tayong magbigay ng personal information as I've mentioned before. And we should not be inclined to give money, lalo na sa mga charities, or, magbayad para tumulong yung ibang tao para sa atin. That's because, usually kapag po involved ng money, kailangan talaga maging mas maingat tayo. May pandemic man or wala. Great. So, I'll just go a little bit faster in these, pero the next couple of slides would be list of resources. Again, at the end of the presentation, mag-circulate po kami ng link kung saan makikita ninyo lahat ng links na nandito sa presentation natin today, right? So, where can we get credible information to combat financial scams and fraud? One, sa website po ng c19help.ca, meron tayong fact-check resources, right? So, pwede po natin i-check out yon, and we invite everybody to also look, use that or read the Tagalog, page. So, kahit saan pong page, mag-click tayo sa C19 website, and then we click Tagalog, automatic po magta-translate yung page na iyon. So, do let us know if that works out for you. Another resource is that we can also look at Canadian Anti-Fraud Center. So ito po ay isang ahensya ng federal na pamahalaan ng Canada. And they have tips at saka po ay dito nag-update yung mga reported na scams. So at the same time, pwede rin po tayong tumingin sa website ng provincial government, gov.bc.ca, and City of Vancouver, vancouver.ca/COVID-19. So, another resource na parang outline po from the federal government, so Canada.ca has a website, managing financial health in challenging times. Ito po ay isang parang listahan ng information kung nakakaranas po tayo ng financial hardship. Unfortunately, this information is only available in English and French. But some of information, katulad po nitong A Little Black Book of Scams, second edition from the Competition Bureau of Canada, ay merong Tagalog translation. So, pagka po nag-click tayo dito sa website na ito, scroll down lamang po natin at makikita natin yung multilingual resources. So yung ebook po ng Little Black Book of Scams, naka-translate po sa about, I think, 7 languages apart from English. So this is gonna be another resource for tips on how to not fall victims to financial fraud and scams, especially most relevant during this time of the pandemic.
Nagpapaalala ang migrante na kailangang maging maingat ang mga mamamayan at lalong huwag magbigay ng mga personal information sa mga nagkukunwaring magbibigay ng malaking pera kung susunod sila sa kanilang mga request.
Again, kahit po ang World Health Organization, meron ding paalala at saka po pag-iingat para hindi tayo mabiktima ng mga scams dahil napakalaking organisasyon po yung WHO at kilala talaga sa buong mundo. Marami pong nagpapanggap na representative nila. So we have to be aware that merong mga scams na talagang targeted at ginagamit yung pangalan ng WHO. So you can also find information from this website para po maliwanagan tayo tungkol sa mga instances and incidents na ganito. Lastly, so Van City as a community initiative, nahanap po namin na nag-release sila ng resource para sa Filipino community. So they created this how-to instruction sa Tagalog, completely in Tagalog po yung 13-minute video kung paano magbukas ng CRA My Account, right? So I just want to clear that wala po itong kinalaman sa pagbabanking with Van City. So kahit wala po tayong account with Van City or hindi tayo customer ng Van City, you can still access this. You can still access this. And let us know siguro po in the comments if you have also seen other banks do stuff like this, for the Filipino community. Yung iba po bang banks meron ding multilingual resources in Chinese, in Tagalog or other languages, especially during COVID-19. So, let us know. But again, if you don't have a CRA My Account, yung sa website po, you can maybe use this resource you can access it with these links. So yung bit.ly/Tagalog_CRA, ito po ay isang shortened link. Kami po yung gumawa niyan. So this is a legitimate link para lang po minsan kasi mahirap i-type or copy dahil hindi natin maklik, yung mga participants natin hindi maklik itong sinishare ko na screen ngayon. Again,
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
pero it's a matter of where we can find these fact-based, science-based information, right? And why is that important? Because if you look, the red line refers to the fake news, right? It's the spread of fake news. But if you see here that if a person does not forward these, it stops, right? And if a person double checks the facts, it stops, the spread of that. And if this person got their news from a trusted source, these stops too. Pero kapag ka hindi sila kina-question or they just share it without thinking about, if this is true or not, kung peke ba yung news or hindi. It just continues, right? There's just the spread, right? And so in the next couple of slides, again, we will have a list of government resources and community resources. And again, as we have mentioned before, WHO website kanina na share to find saan ba tong mga mapagkakatiwalaang information and where we can read some of the content. Again, we endorse c19help.ca for these information, right? On your left, this is the page para po sa fact-checking natin. Again, this is translated in 4 other languages, including Tagalog. And on the right side, meron po tayong list ng government resources and updates. So again, ito po yung mga links kung saan pwedeng tumingin. So nandyan po yung Canada.ca links, yung BC government links, City of Vancouver links, pati po yung BC CDC where we get a lot of travel information. So if we go to the website of C19, we have an abundance of credible information. And that will certainly help everybody, put to the right direction, at least kung saan pwede tayong tumingin. Again, Government of Canada has COVID-19 resources. So in this particular page, ito po yung parang summary or buod ng mga parang clickable links and current updates ng Government of Canada. Unfortunately, again, this is only in English and French. Hopefully, they will expand in other languages such as Tagalog and even Chinese, right? But if you just really need a quick link, to federal policies about COVID-19, this might be the page that you are looking for. So as I mentioned earlier, a lot of information, a lot of translated information, the same thing with the federal government of Canada. However, wala po tayong nakita na landing page sa Tagalog ng mga resources na nakatranslate. So usually it's all scattered around and I think nakadivide siya by content, like by theme, pero hindi po talaga pinapakita gaano. But in the C19 Help website under Government Resources and Updates, if you scroll down and click into the federal government resources, makita po natin na na-compile natin yung ilang translated content in Tagalog. So kung gusto po natin magbasa ng mga infographic or PDF files officially released ng Federal Government of Canada about COVID-19, pwede po tayong tumingin sa c19help.ca. And in the next couple of weeks, we are actually planning on updating this kasi po the federal government of Canada keeps on translating and pushing out translated information, which includes Tagalog content. So hopefully we'll be able to populate this with much more updated information para po sa ating komunidad dito sa Canada. So again, one resource na palagi po nating nakikita these days because we live in Vancouver and in BC, yung for the provincial government, right? Meron po silang website para sa Tagalog translation. Kung hindi po natin alam, nakasalin po sa Tagalog yung provincial health orders natin dito sa BC, which actually is up until February 8, if I'm not mistaken. So let's keep on following them para po talagang bumaba na yung mga cases natin dito sa BC. And just plugging again this shortened link, ito pong bit.ly link natin. It's a legitimate link na ginawa lang po namin, pero this would redirect you to the website of BC government sa Tagalog page mismo. Medyo mahirap po kasi siyang hanapin kapag nagpunta lang tayo sa gov.bc.ca. So we provided this shortened link para sa atin, and it will be included in the list of links that we will be giving out after the presentation. So another resource from the BC government is yung COVID-19 self-assessment tool, right? If you have been watching a lot of the briefings and even in the press releases, ito pong self-assessment tool yung palaging nire-refer para malaman kung kailangan natin ng COVID-19 testing or hindi, right? Kung inubo ka ba at kailangan mo na ba magpa-COVID-19 test. But over time, nagkaroon din po ito ng translation in Tagalog. And this is an official translation from the BC government. So this is the direct link. Pero kapag po nasa landing page kayo in English, if you look at the upper right corner, you can see the may drop down menu and just like click whatever preferred language you would want this resource to be translated. So hopefully mga kababayan po natin magamit din ito, lalo na dun sa mga kababayan na mas komportable talaga sa Tagalog. So, for the municipal government, yung City of Vancouver po marami din Tagalog resources, right? So again, you can see all of the levels of government here in Canada. They actually make an effort. Kaso unfortunately, hindi lang po nila nasi-circulate sa ating mga komunidad. So maybe some of the folks here may know this resource and some may not. So again, this shortened link will redirect you to the vancouver.ca Tagalog Resources website at makita po natin yung maraming information specifically for the city of Vancouver. Again, for another community resource apart from C19 Health is PhilNet. So, meron pong Bayanihan Information Hub, and we invite you to go to their site para po malaman kung yung mga services ng PhilNet will be applicable to you. And this is a collaboration of the Philippine Consulate General. So, yeah, we're back to Sammy Jo to wrap up our session today.
Yes, thank you. I know that was a lot of information and very fast. However, me and Alexina are always available, and we want to have time for reflection and to hear from the community itself. Just to highlight the three things here that I'll just summarize. We want the first one in the next slide is, if everything online is very overwhelming and hard to follow, just call the information line. We also have this flowchart on our website as well. But if you see it, determine what your question is. Is it medical or non-medical? Looking at the medical side, is it an emergency or is it not? I know with our community, we're so hard to, or we feel so, shy to call 911 or even shy to call 811. And I really highly encourage folks, if you've never called 811, it is a service for us to use. And it is really, if you really want to talk to a nurse from home and you're not sure if you should go to the emergency room or not, 811 is something that I highly recommend for people to call. And there are translation services there as well. Now, if it's, let's say if we go to the other side, if your question is non-medical and it's COVID related, the 1-888 COVID-19. Never done that as well before too. Try mo lang. See, give feedback of if they answered your questions properly, because this is the whole reason why, is if they put something out there for the community and it doesn't work, they need to hear from us. Another number that most folks don't use is 211. There is so much resource information for 211, and we can access it via phone if you're more comfortable than online. That 211 also has a website as well as online. So the second part is getting familiar with the government websites. these are the logos of the sites that Alexine mentioned on where to find credible information. Get used to forwarding these links, and adding them on your Facebook, your Twitter, or your Instagram, whatever means that you're used to. Again, the information is very overwhelming, and there's just lots to learn, and there's always ever-changing information too. And this third tip or whatnot, I actually, if anybody's, I've used this acronym on my digital footprint workshops that I've done for the youth. And it's really just before you post, is to think, right? Think, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Sometimes there's things that it's not necessary to post or even just, comment on or whatnot, if it's something that we know that it's like a scam or not. But the last one, is it kind? Like thinking overall on what you're putting out there. In the words of Bonnie Henry, that's what she wants us to be kind throughout this whole process, or this whole pandemic, because we are all still, living this right now and learning from each other and how to be. So with the timing as well, we just want to put out there how to keep in touch with us. Again, you may have lots of questions and want to contact us. These are just some of our socials and information how to email us directly. If you find that you need this presentation for your own organization or community group, we're available, and this is why we do this. And we're very thankful from Migrante BC for having us on this platform.
At di na naman nagtatapos ang balita namin para sa linggong ito. Kung kayo may mga komento, mga issue o balitang nais nyong ibahagi sa aming programa, ang PNC ay bukas para sa inyong lahat. Mag-email lamang po sa balitangvancouver@gmail.com o tumawag sa 604-588-6397. Nagbabalita dito sa Surrey, ako po si Rosette Correa. At ito ang Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.